popped up today at practice that really could be good or could be bad depending on which side you're looking at that were a little bit unusual. Is we gave up some explosive plays over our head on defense. Some big pass plays, some good catches by some guys. Devon Flournoy made some big plays again, which is good to see, but that's something we've been really good at this spring and fall. The best since we've been here about staying deep and not giving up big plays. So obviously we need to work on that, but that's good. And then the other thing was 3 fumbles today. For thud tempo to have 3 fumbles when it's not tackle and it's not center exchange, anything like that, just fumbles is a good job by the defensive strips and not a very good job by the offense of taking care of the ball.
Was this Flournoy's best day maybe out here?
I think probably in fall. I think he had a bunch of these in spring. He had a really good spring, and he continues to do that, so it's great to see.
Do you get a sense that maybe with George coming back that he feels like the competition's ratcheting up and he needs to elevate his game even more?
I don't know. I think his effort's been great all along. If anything more than George, would probably be Nelson. Nelson's had a couple good days in a row and really is getting the offense down for a true freshman and takes it very serious. So he probably feels, if he feels pressure, it's probably more from Nelson than George.
When you came in and looked at the roster and who, 2 years ago when you looked at it, you saw Flournoy, did you think he was going to be a guy that was going to develop into someone who could contribute like this? Or?
Well, we try to come in without having any thoughts before we get here on guys or where they were recruited or what they were like, and so we give everybody a clean slate. And he's continued to work hard. He's been behind some really, really good players, and that we need We need more stories like that. If you look at our roster, where we're not a complete team, is you start looking at backups at the majority of our positions, they have not played at all, a lot of them, and they've not made plays in games, which is unusual. Where if you look at our roster, you're not seeing a lot of juniors and seniors that are guys that have played, that have experience, that are quality backups that you have a lot of confidence in because they haven't done it. There's a gap there, and that's happening with some transfers in those classes as well too.
Why were you out here today on the baseball field?
Just really the grass kind of worn down there, and just kind of give the day, come out here and maybe a day or two, to try to get the main field back to be tore up.
So it's possible you'll be here tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There was a story on ESPN.com today where you had told Ivan Maisel you estimate that you'd have 71 scholarship players this year. Is that an accurate estimate?
No, I think the conversation was, what would you about redshirt, and then I think I said, we already have, I think we're down to 83, 82 if you look at potential injuries out for season. So I just kind of estimated about what our redshirts would be. So obviously that's not overall scholarship. That would be guys that weren't redshirting.
Guys that weren't, okay. But you can only have 75 total. Scholarship guys.
I didn't read the article. I'm just assuming what he said.
Your injured guys would be on top of this. Your guys that are out for the year would be on top of this.
Okay, I don't remember the interview.
Okay.
I'm sure he was talking about 70. He probably started with 75, and so that probably went to 73 or something when you look at Devon and Trey, and then at whatever it was, the average of redshirt guys. That's probably where that came from.
When does your roster have to be set with those 75? Is there a procedure you have to let the NCAA know these are our 75?
Yeah, you can't have 75 guys on scholarship for next season when school starts, and so over 75.
Okay.
And so we won't.
So first day of school is pretty much that's okay.
Yes.
What's been Tart today?
Pardon?
Max Tart.
I think Max is doing really well. Continues to kind of, you don't call his name a lot, which is a good thing with linemen, and it's very unusual. Usually those guys struggle. And so to play left tackle for us and go against really quality right end, he's done a good job.
What does he do well?
Really well in the run game. He got some work to do in the pass game, but really plays with great pad leverage and well in the run game.
What's been the toughest part of the install for the young cornerbacks?
I don't know that. I think they've done a good job. We don't install a bunch of stuff. I think more it's just the speed, getting used to the speed of the game, and especially when these receivers are healthy, how good they are.
How much of a drop-off is there, if there is one at all, between the first-team linebackers and the group that you've sent out there the last couple days?
Well, there's a big drop off. And that's just nothing against the second team. You've got 2 freshman All-Americans in there, and so those guys have made a bunch of plays. Pac-12, defensive player of the year. So yeah, there's a drop off. That's what we have to do is bring them up.
How about the defensive line? How is that shaping up?
Still a lot of work. I don't think, no matter what we see out here, I don't think we're going to know until we start playing. I just think that's the case always. Until you played, you haven't played. And so regardless of what you do in practice, you don't know what's going to happen in the games.
So you almost can't know about your backups, can you?
Well, we can just do the best we can. And I think preseason game 2 will be the most we'll know. Watching that film, and then it'll be the game by the time we get the next big test.
Why are Nickel and Marquise in yellow jerseys?
Yeah, they're just not able to do everything.